No. There is no seat of pants happening here. In fact, this is probably the least seat of pants show we've ever done.
Well, let's just jump right into it.
You did not procrastinate.
We are not procrastinating today. We are filming approximately 3 hours earlier than we normally film.
So true.
Everybody, welcome to OMG Planners. We are here to talk about how to stop procrastinating.
How to stop.
There are
Nancy's
ways.
gonna teach us.
I will do my best. I am a procrastinator.
So am I.
I think everybody.
I think it's because I have too many ideas.
You get distracted.
I get distracted.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, squirrel.
Yeah.
But also I'm very focused at the same time sometimes. So I'm always anything. I'm always up for any sort of mental inability. I don't know.
Same. Me as well. I know that my procrastination stems from like a fear of failure and a perfectionism, especially if it's something I've never done before.
Yes. I just need a lot of time to marinate on it. Like an overwhelming amount of time.
Yeah.
Like I think I thought about a sorority presentation I did on like how to plan for like 5 months. Yeah. Because I know that a huge part of my like 2.5 months, I'm just like, just thinking about it in the background, like while I cook or writing down random ideas. And then I like finally do the whole thing in like, I don't know, 3 hours.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna the whole thing.
This is so exciting because we're gonna talk about all of these tendencies that we have.
Yes.
And mental tricks that we can do to, so they're not so.
You got some tricks up the sleeve.
Yeah, we got some tricks.
Nancy has some tricks.
First, I have to say though, we were very much inspired by a Hidden Brain episode
so good.
called How to Get Out of a Rut,
Yes.
which is similar to procrastinating. I thought a lot of the strategies and the experiments that they talked about were similar. There was also a Boise State article, 5 ways to stop
Boise, Idaho?
Boise, Idaho. What were you thinking? B-O-Y-Z?
Boys to men?
Yeah.
They did a little research.
Yeah, they did a little research. We're also referencing that article. And
Love
I can
that
put both of those in the description, the links.
Hooray.
So you can go listen to them.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's jump right into it.
Okay.
Because we are not procrastinators today, of all days.
We're jumping.
Number 1, decrease the number of decisions that you have to make every day.
Pray tell how.
This is actually great for us and the reason why we're doing this video because that directly relates to having a planner.
Okay.
Plug! Not saying that you need a Laurel Denise planner to do this, but
obviously you do.
like you wake up and you're like, oh, do I have to go to the gym? Should I not go to the gym? Like, what am I gonna eat today? What am I gonna wear today?
Oh.
And what will happen is all these little decisions that you're having to make every day, they sap your energy.
Oh, I can feel that. I just pictured myself in my closet trying to pick out what I'm gonna wear in the morning, and I'm like,
yeah.
T-shirt and jeans again.
It's like, you know, like that feeling when you're lying in bed and you're like, oh, I have to get up. And it's like, if I always find that if I have my outfit set out or if I have already made my breakfast.
Yes.
It's like, it just makes.
Or if I've already ground my coffee even.
Yes.
Like even that.
All you have to do is like press a button.
Yes. Plan it out.
Plan it out at
beforehand.
at the beginning of the week or the beginning of the month. Okay. Say like, I'm going to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna meal prep on Sundays, or I'm gonna make this each of these days this week. I'm gonna set out my outfit the night before. This is not gonna be the last time I use this word. It lubricates your day. You just like can slide right in to your outfit, grab your breakfast, get on the road, you know?
Let's keep a tally, everyone. We have one.
That's one.
Okay, I love that idea.
Number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, plan your days in advance. You might say, that sounds exactly like what you just said. It's a little different strategy. You're still setting your outfit out and everything. You're decreasing the number of decisions. This goes one step further. And this is directly from the Boise State article, which I loved their wording. Have your OBT, your one big thing.
One big thing.
And we have this in our planners. It made me think exactly of our layouts.
Yes.
Simplified our layouts a little bit. This used to be your priority of the day.
And it still could be.
It still could be. And I was always like, I didn't really get it, to be honest.
I know. Well, everything's my priority.
Yeah, exactly.
All of them. But it is true. It's like, well, these are little tasks you're doing either until that priority can get done or after it is done. Because usually the priority doesn't take as long as you think.
Yeah, it helps with a satisfying mindset. If you, like Lolly and I, are like, well, I need to get all of these things done.
Obviously.
Then chances are sometimes you're not going to get all those things done, and that can make it
like the work. Yeah.
So if you have your one big thing,
like our filming today. Or yesterday, we were going to talk about this YouTube. That was our big thing.
And so that's what we did.
We needed to discuss that no matter what. And yeah, I had a million other things that were on my list too yesterday. But that was the like do or die thing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you could put it here for vertical or anywhere in here.
Yeah.
For horizontal, this section could be your one big thing section, and this could have your schedule and to-dos. Or over here could be your one or two big thing sections, which I love. I know that current ADHD, Bree with current ADHD kind of does that with her priorities.
Oh, yes, she does.
Yeah. And then for project planner, you know, you have all your different projects here that you list out, and you could put your one big thing in the monthly if you wanted.
Yeah, you could.
If you weren't putting like your appointments and stuff, like if you had room. So those are just some cool ways to also use it.
My brain would be like, well, like how motivating is that? Like I just have to do one thing a day. But if you do the one big thing and you get that done, it's gonna bolster your confidence in yourself.
You feel so good.
You're gonna feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, so this brings us to a hidden brain little fun nuggets. I freaking love, like,
I can't wait. Everybody should put their favorite hidden brain episode in the comments, because
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, Nancy always talks about them. They're awesome.
Shankar is my homeboy.
Love that.
Embarrassing that I just said that. Okay. Humans, we are completionists as a species. We like to get things done.
I especially like to get things done.
People who succeed seem to be in some way like morally better than those who don't. And you think that people who are successful, because it's like they've worked harder. So if you're not succeeding, then perhaps you aren't working hard enough, which makes you like morally weaker than the rest of us.
Right.
You must finish something that you started. I feel this. I can't not finish a book, because if I don't finish it, then I've given up on it.
I still remember the one book I didn't finish, and I skipped to the end. I still remember it, you guys. It was like over a decade ago, well over.
But the point, I said all that, that's just all made up in our human brains.
Right.
That's not true. You can work really, really hard. Might not get anywhere, but that doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
It doesn't mean you're a bad person.
That you failed at your day.
Right.
So this brings us to satisficers versus maximizers.
Love this.
Maximizers have the all or nothing mindset. You have a list of things that you want to do that day, and you have to get them all done. You want to run a 3-hour marathon, and you run it in 3 hours and 10 minutes, that's a failure. You set these goals for yourself. If you don't achieve them to the smallest amount, then like the day is a failure.
The whole thing.
This is not true.
Why you gotta talk about me like that, man? Why you gotta just lay out my heart?
Well, Lolly, we can be satisficers. And this is when you have your day, you have your one big thing, and if you do it, then like,
that's so
great. You did your best. You ran that marathon 10 minutes over, you ran a freaking marathon.
Because you are satisfied. It is good. You're satisfied.
Even though you created these goals and these rules for yourself, those rules and those goals are not defining. They're just a motivating factor.
So they're not trash.
They're not trash.
They're good. It's like, it helps you get stuff done. It helps you feel good up getting something accomplished. But they don't have any real power.
They don't have, exactly. Thank you, Lolly. Thank you.
This is such a good therapy session.
Taking us from our one big thing. And then the other thing of planning your days in advance is no matter what's. No matter what's are the things that you do that fill you up, that make you feel good. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be your exercise, your daily walk, your eating breakfast, your alone time reading.
Or time with friends.
Or time with friends. Time with your loved ones.
Yeah.
That was another one. You wanna lubricate your schedule. You building those things in as habits. And that's where,
plug!
That's where a planner comes in again. We have a habit tracker insert.
Yeah.
This is an old one, so.
Yeah, that's the 2023 size.
Yeah.
We also have it in the planners this year too. And some people use this whole section as a habit tracker.
Yeah.
They track a lot more than what's here.
And oh my gosh, Lolly, this one is yours actually. And you can see reading, being outside, puzzling, kid playtime.
use my planner.
Yeah, things that fill you up and give you control over your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give you the energy to do these other things. Do your one big thing. Do maybe some little extra little things.
I can also picture your no matter what being sort of motivating, because whatever else happens in your day, even if it's stressful and whatever, you're going to have this no matter what time because you've told yourself it's no matter what. And so you're going to find that at some way or another. And I feel like psychologically you telling yourself it's no matter what means it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like when I thought about, if I said like my puzzling time, because I love a puzzle, and my book time, because I love a book, like that's no matter what. Even if I get it for like 30 minutes in a day, I use that as like, that's my time. Like that was my no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that brings us to number 3, which is one of my favorites, the nothing alternative.
Love the nothing alternative.
This was coined by a famous influential crime fiction writer, Raymond Chandler, back in the day.
Okay.
He's a writer, obviously, and as we know, writer's block is a thing.
Right.
And you can sit...
See what I did there?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, I'm sorry. I should leave.
So what he would do is sit down every morning. He'd give himself 4 hours to write, and he could say, I can either write for these 4 hours or I can do nothing. And by do nothing, he doesn't mean like check his email or go for a walk or look at Instagram. I'm sure Raymond Chandler's on Instagram.
Yes.
He means literally do nothing. Just sit
like
there.
Sit and stare at the wall.
Yeah. And what he found is that his brain definitely wants to write more than it wants to do nothing.
Yeah. I feel like it could get confused, like that could be like so militant. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I think it's a way to like, your brain is going to get so bored.
We have to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff we have to do.
Yeah.
And so, your brain will get like, it's a good way to help yourself to do it.
Yeah. Jeff Tweedy of the band Wilco, not Weezer, Wilco. He has struggled with perfectionism throughout his life. And one strategy that he does is instead of sitting down and trying to write a song and judging himself for like how bad it is, he uses this mental trick of saying his head is like a vase or like a pitcher, and he has to pour out the bad stuff before he can get to the good stuff.
Oh, so he's pouring out the bad stuff, even if it's... So he's doing work. He's doing good work. Either way, purposeful.
So this is what I could imagine, like the Raymond Chandler and the Jeff Tweedy methods combining. Is like you're sitting there and you're like, your perfectionism is coming in, your procrastination is coming in. It's like, nope, I don't want to do nothing. I want to write, and I just need to pour out the bad stuff.
Yeah, so, like not judge.
Yeah.
Not judge the stuff until you're finished with the book. Just do the thing.
Yeah.
I love that. That's like those creative projects. We were talking about one last week where it was like, I don't know what that creative diversion was for, but it got me to something, even though I never used any of those things.
Yeah.
That I was like so focused on for a week.
It helps you see what you don't want also.
Yes, that's true.
So then you can look at what's bad and be like, well, I don't like that.
Yeah.
What is the opposite of that? Oh,
I've read there's some quote that's like some famous poet about how to be a writer. He says, my trick to writing is that I make sure every single day at 9 a.m. I sit down to write. Yep.
And this kind of relates to our method of time blocking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where you're here and you're like, okay, I have to be in the office from here to here. Mm-hmm.
The nothing alternative.
Yeah, the nothing alternative. And a real legit time blocker would have probably broken down their workday.
Oh, like, yeah, probably.
I'm answering emails for this amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm doing my creative work for this amount of time.
I like this looser time blocking.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Number 4. What is the next smallest action that you can do? If you're sitting down at the beginning of the day and you're like, oh my God, I have like an 8-hour workday ahead of me. I have to be at my desk for like these 8 hours. It's really tempting to just reach for your phone and like look at Instagram, or maybe just procrastinate a little bit longer. And then you're like, well, gosh darn, now I'm just elongating the amount of time that I have to be at my desk.
Or if you're really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So you're like, I think the next smallest action for me comes in when I'm really overwhelmed, because it all just feels like too many things.
Yes.
So what's the next? I mean, and often my next best thing is just brain dumping all the things. But there are so many other next best things. Oh, yes. Plug. Our dashboards are just for brain dumping, work things, personal things, garden, grocery, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or you can just do a
Write it
flat
on the back.
list, which is my favorite.
And then we also have, I would brain dump in my notes section.
Yep, I often do that too. That's another one, is like when you're paralyzed by overwhelm, is just do the next best thing.
Yeah. And you can relate this to all certain situations. You can relate it to writing. Some of the examples that were given in the podcast were like, okay, you want to write a book. That's a super overwhelming task.
Oh my gosh.
Set a timer for 60 seconds. So he was even like, set a timer for 15 seconds and say you're going to write for those 15 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Just keep breaking it down into smaller, more digestible tasks.
Until you can get flowing.
Yeah, until you can do it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to filling out a planner, which is a task, it can be fun. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming though, because it's very related to our productivity.
Yes.
Lolly has suggested brain dump, but then also...
Then you assign it a week, or you assign it a month. Whatever you're doing. Sometimes you brain dump stuff you don't even need to worry about for 6 months. But if it has a home, you feel settled.
Yes.
And then you can put it in a weekly thing, and then you can take that weekly thing and kind of put it in a day, and you can put your big due dates over here so that they can like relate to what needs to be done each week or what needs to be done each day. And that way, since you're so organized, like since you're kind of doing the things, you're using these methods, you get the stuff done. You can look ahead and say, okay, like what's the next best thing I could do for this project coming up at the end of the month if I'm at the very beginning? Because I've gotten stuff done. I don't really need to worry about this stuff next week. Is there something I can contribute to the end of the month?
Whoa.
Right now?
You're like the opposite of procrastinating at that point.
You're
like
ahead-inating.
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 I was thinking, you were also saying sometimes when you're confronted with a blank planner spread and you're like, wait, I don't know what to do. You can take a sticky note and be like, okay, this is where I'm gonna put my workouts for the month. And then this is where I'm gonna put my schedule. This is gonna be my meal planning.
Block it out that way. That's a great way to like enter into how you're gonna organize all the stuff in your mind without too much commitment.
Yes.
Which I love. We saw this in our Facebook group. Somebody did that with the mini.
They did.
And it
Shout
was
out
so
to the Facebook group.
Cute.
Breaking things down is just a really smart way of doing it. It's related to like running a marathon. That's a really overwhelming task. You can be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna run 1 mile. I'm gonna run half a mile for like a week and see how that goes. Yeah. Exercising in general, like with the next big, I don't want to exercise. Well, I'll just put my tennis shoes on.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I don't want to run. Well, then I'm just gonna go walk for like 5 minutes. Yeah. And whenever I do that, I'm like, well, walking is so slow. I guess I should just keep running now. So those little steps will lubricate. Oh my gosh. Lubricate your way into doing the actual task.
You guys, I can't take her anywhere. I remember when I was starting this company, my husband made this spreadsheet because that's what he does. And there was this like ticker for how far we had gone, whatever we had like made that year. Every few lines of the spreadsheet were like really fun things that would appear, or like, ooh, we made it to this, like we're gonna go dinner at this fancy place, or like we made like all these things. It was like so cute. And so there were so many like mini goals, which I think for somebody like me, all I do is I'm like, it is not good enough until it is finished. And for somebody like me, I'm realizing this lately, it's never finished. There's always the next like level that I want to do, because I like to achieve stuff, and I have like, I'm so passionate about my business and things like that. And it's like, it's never gonna be the finished thing. So how am I ever gonna find satisfaction? And I have resisted goals my entire life. This whole business, I've been like, I don't give me, I say that a lot, I will not do it. But for 2024, I'm doing a whole sheet in the back that's like 2024 goals. And then I'm gonna see like how I can like break them down in the planner to get them done. And then I get to celebrate that and be like, wow, that's so good. I can't believe that happened. Instead of just waiting till it's quote unquote finished, which it will literally never be.
And even like having, especially with something kind of like as ethereal as a business or the final goal of a business.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Setting that final goal maybe is even a little limiting. Like, you used to own a jewelry company, and probably at that point, your jewelry company goal was like I don't know, to get into like
3 people or whatever. And then I did, and I was like, okay, what's the next goal?
But if you had just been focused on the jewelry, then like the planner
would never have happened. Yeah, so, you have to have, I'm sure goal people talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
They know so much stuff. We're like
little baby goal people.
We're little itty bitties. Yeah. We're like perfectionists. Set smaller goals
for yourself.
Going into the baby pool here of goals.
If there's any goal people out there, teach us what's what in the comments.
You're the best.
We're moving on to, this one's a really simple one. Number 5 is adjust your environment.
Oh, I like this.
So, if you're working in an office and people are walking by and they're bothering you,
chaos.
Shut your door. Maybe ask if you can work from home or something. Or if you're working from home and you find that you just cannot find the motivation and you need other people just around you working, go see, maybe you should try being in an office for a bit. If you're in a coffee shop and there's music playing, this is a big one for me. I cannot concentrate when there's music playing.
For real?
I can't. I need silence.
Even in here?
We never really have music playing.
I do when you guys are gone.
Yeah.
But you know what I play is intense studying. I just play classical music.
It depends. It depends on what work I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to like write a paper or read a book, I cannot take information in. It's the bane of my existence on a beach.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody next to you and they decide to start
playing the music.
Country music.
No, I cannot. I'm sorry.
Nobody wants to hear your music.
I can't do music on the beach. It makes me, almost nothing makes me angry. I work in different places in my home.
Yeah.
Even if I need to adjust my environment. Like if,
and it doesn't even have to be like if people are bothering you or there's music playing.
Yeah, just sometimes I can't concentrate or I'm like, oh, I'm uncomfortable at this place for whatever reason today. I want to be more cozied in, or I need it to be a more like dark, quiet room so I can write or whatever it is.
Standing desks. I feel like this is one reason why people have standing desks. Is
you can. That does adjust your environment up and down. Yeah, totally.
Okay, number 5, amazing. And then number 6 is a little floofy for us, but we love it.
We are embracing the floof.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
It's true.
I can get myself into a thing where if I have one day and I didn't do my tasks on that day because I was tired.
I have that day this week.
Or hungover. Or sick.
Yeah.
I will get down on myself and I'll say, Nancy, you are not.
You are worthless.
You're just not a productive person, I guess.
Yeah, you're awful.
You're horrible at your job and you're just...
No good ideas.
No good ideas. You have no it's a spiral, and I'm working really hard against it.
It's such a spiral. And as you can see, we really help each other get out of it. We don't encourage each other down in the pit.
No, but
it is true. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah, which is one thing why I love the like one big thing.
Yeah.
And even if you don't get
the like quotes, like you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Just like a little reminder. I put on the day after our launch, our little sticker that says, "You did your best."
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, no matter what, I was like, I want to think that.
You did your best.
I did do my best.
We're all just trying, and especially if you're doing something for the first time.
Yeah.
You are learning so much as you're doing it. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't be hard on yourself. And like, use erasable pens and pencils so that you can just move that task to another day. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't even do the arrow to the next day. I literally remove it and then I put it in the next day that we're supposed to do it in. Or like, if we did, where's my sticky note, girl?
Oh, shoot.
We do this, then you just move it.
You just move it.
You know? Yeah. We could, if you're really hard on yourself, you could practice 1 month doing this kind of planning instead.
This was our new mom.
Yes,
layout.
This was, yeah.
It would work for anybody, but especially for a new mom.
I mean, you just don't have control of your day. Yeah. That's just the reality.
Have some more hidden brain.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so there's something called pluralistic ignorance.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm at a university presentation, don't you guys?
I'm just gonna read straight from my notes.
Do it!
A phenomenon where we think that we are the only ones thinking this way. All you see is people making their ways through the world, their successes. This is especially true on Instagram, on social media. And it's something that we should not be taken lightly. It's just a subliminal, subconscious messages coming at you that everybody else is just, it's really easy for them.
Killing it.
They got the job. They did the craft. They take all the trips.
They showed up on Instagram, even just like unmakeuped but funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like they're so witty.
Everybody else has it a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. And that is the pluralistic ignorance. You think that you are the only one feeling this way. And it's not true. Pretty much not everybody
true. I've literally never met a person in all of my things.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't feel this way.
Yeah.
Unless they're just not on social media. And, like, if you have a small business or you have, like, you have to be on, like, you just have to be.
You do.
So it's hard. So
everyone faces challenges and everyone has sticking points and everyone has those days where they don't get anything done. Or they're just sad.
Yeah.
Everyone has those days. So be aware of that. And if you feel alone, this is the hardest thing. It's really hard for me to reach out for help. But if you do feel alone, the best way to get out of that mindset is to reach out to somebody else.
Like, hey, do you feel this way when you see this picture? And then you're like, yeah. This is how I feel when I see that ridiculous picture. Send that to a friend.
Oh, and another way that we get stuck is that we assume that our path forward is straight or linear. An example would be the jewelry business.
Oh, yeah.
And this is actually something that I don't want to use the word Western, but it's like in the United States and North America, it's a societal phenomenon of we think that if something is going a certain way, it's going to keep going that way. And the study that they did was they would ask people like, oh, this stock is like going up. What do you think it'll look like tomorrow? The weather is rainy today. What do you think it's going to be tomorrow? And people in the United States will say, oh, it's going up. It's going to keep going up. It's raining. Oh, it's going to be raining tomorrow too.
Really?
Yes. But in the East or like in Asian countries, it's an entirely different mindset. People expect change. They expect it. If it's going down, it's going to go up. If it's sunny, it's going to be raining.
Whoa.
Yes. Which is kind of like it's beneficial to expect change because the world is always changing.
Everything's always changing.
And it's kind of distressing when you don't expect change and then it does change, which it's always going to do. So,
or it's distressing when things are not going super great and you think it'll never change.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We think that all the time.
We do. That's like just what we were talking about. Yeah.
I know.
All or nothing. It's kind of an all or nothing.
The maximalist.
Yes.
What was it called?
Maximalist. There is a binary view of success and failure in our culture. We need to reframe. Success is a process and a journey, and it is not linear.
You know that meme that's like how we think it's gonna look, and then how it looks?
Yes. Yeah. My therapist and I talk about this. Instead of like, there's happiness and sadness, but like you're not gonna be up here all the time. Maybe this isn't related at all.
I want to be. Thank you very much.
But change, Lolly. There's going to be change.
So you might be.
So the goal is to aim for the middle, because it's going to be an average of your like high points and your low points.
I can't express how amazing this therapy session was for me.
Because you're going through some tough times right now, so like you're not going to feel like this forever.
Right. It goes like this.
Yeah. And I'll say it again, success is not writing a book. Success is not having a business in the top 100 Fortune 500. Fortune 500.
Yeah, 30 under 30.
30 under 30.
Not that I know any of these lists.
It's just the gradual. It's
the gradual getting there to the thing.
And there's no end to your journey.
There's no end to your journey.
No end.
All right. Nancy, thank you for this really eye-opening lecture.
You're so welcome.
I love it a lot. This was a great discussion.
I hope I was
feel like we should have been on a couch.
We should have been on a couch.
A blue velvet couch.
Yeah.
Oh. We don't have room for that in our office.
Maybe someday. That may be part of our journey.
There we go. Yeah, our journey isn't over.
No.
There is a blue velvet couch in our future.
Yeah.
I think so.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody feels bolstered up. Remember those like little strategies. The do nothing alternative is a really great one.
Yes, I love that.
Breaking down your goals into smaller bite-sized pieces.
Yes.
Planning things out, making to-do lists, picking your one big thing, building your habits.
Yeah.
So you feel built up yourself and able to better take on tasks. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out some of our other videos. Intro to our planners if you're unfamiliar with the Laurel Denise Planner Life.
Yeah. Life with a Y.
Yeah, that's how I was picturing
L.
Y.
I was going to do LD.
Oh. D.
D. What? Oh, wow.
All right, what's our sign off? May your procrastination be pretty tiny and poof away because you did all the strategies that we told you about. May your day program be also pretty
Doable. Help.
Somebody suggest sign-offs for us, please.
It'd be great. We'll tag you.
All right. Bye.
I wanted to say Marcus Aurelius. My name is Maximus Gladiator.
Oh, okay. Gladiator reference from Ollie. Here we go. We're all Marcus Aureliuses here.
We should be satisficers. Marcus Aurelius.